Indeed, you are in the sunlit room with me. My name is Ron, and our very special guests who are the reason you should be tuning in right now. There's still a few seconds for you to get on Facebook and Twitter and all those social media outlets and tell all your friends and family Trout Stake Revival is in the sunlit room. Thank you guys for making the time to come in and see us today. We've got Travis McNamara on banjo, Steve Foltz, mandolin and guitar, Will Coaster, did I say that correctly?
Coster.
Yeah,
close.
Right. Will Coster, but at least I corrected it, so all right. On the dobro and guitar, and Casey Houlihan playing the stand-up bass back there, and Bevan Foley on fiddle.
Thanks for having us, Ron.
We are thrilled that you guys made the time to stop. It all came together kind of last minute. And I'd also like to thank my good friends over at Hearth Music for putting me in touch with the right people to get in touch with you and get them get everything set up so you guys could come in here today. They're here today promoting their new record. It's called Brighter Every Day. It's their third studio release, and they're going to be performing tonight at the legendary Nectar Lounge in Seattle. Showtime there, I believe the doors open at 8 p.m., first band plays at 9, and it should be a great night of music with our good friends here at Trout Stake Revival. And if you're thinking, well, why should I go to this show? Well, they're going to give us a little tune right now, and then you're going to know why you should go to this show.
Thanks, Ron. This is a song off our new record. This one's called Oklahoma.
1, 2, 3, 4. All night racing from the cold to the stars, building arcs across the sky.
Colorado string band, 2 microphones, and barely competent DJ to make radio magic. That was incredible, guys. Thank you so very much. Trout Stake Revival in the sunlit room. Now, these guys are the winners of the 41st Telluride Bluegrass Band Competition, and that's no mean feat. So congratulations to you all for that.
Thank you.
How does one gain entry to that festival? What's the procedure for becoming part of that?
Well, it's interesting. Anybody can actually gain entry. It's you sign up for it on planetbluegrass.org. Is that? I don't know. It's their website. Planet Bluegrass's website, and I think it's the first 10 or so bands who sign up for it and then go to the festival are able to compete in it.
Now, as it starts up, do you have to send them like an MP3 or something of your music, or is just the first 10?
It's just it's first come, first served.
And I can vouch for the fact, Ron, that basically you call, and what happens is you call their telephone number. It's kind of old school. And you basically get a busy signal for the first 2 hours that you call on the day of to sign up for the band contest. And then you finally crack through, and then you go to their automated system, and I've never been so happy to be connected to an automated system.
I'll bet.
It was, I remember one of the times when we entered it, there's like 11 or 12 spots that are available for the bands. And we all were up, like a half hour early. We were drinking coffee. We were ready to call in there. And we called just right at the moment so we could try to get in. And we finally got through to the automated system, and it said, "Hello, you are 16th in line." And I was no! But somehow we got through it, made it in.
That's fantastic. Now, when it comes to the actual competition, what does that consist of? Is it just you play live? Is it one song, just a complete show? And how does the judging go for that?
You need to play one fast vocal song, one slow vocal song, and then an instrumental. Oh. And there's 2 rounds. And the first round they dwindle it down to either 3 or 4 bands. And then the next morning you perform on the main stage, and it's the same thing, but you need to play different songs. Gotcha.
So is it the type of competition that's judged by the crowd, or do they actually have bluegrass professionals, so to speak,
who
are the judges?
Yeah, they have folks who you're not sure who they are in the audience, but they have they're looking at a number of things. I believe it's stage presence, song choice, instrumentation, harmony. Yeah, they have.
And then each song has a time limit. You can't go over, I think, 3 minutes for each individual song. So you have to get it down to like a really nice.
So did you do original tunes or did you do traditional songs? Or combination?
We did one traditional song.
That's right.
Yeah.
It takes one to know one.
Which is not actually traditional.
Yeah, old country song.
Yeah.
Cool. Harlan and Hart.
Now, at what point in the competition, if ever, did you guys kind of look at each other and go, we got a real shot to win this thing. They seem to be digging us.
Not until we were announced.
Not until they gave you the trophy.
Yeah.
That did not happen.
There was some good bands.
That's awesome.
There's a lot of good bands that travel from all over the country to get there, and it's stiff competition.
Yeah, we were really lucky.
No, you weren't lucky. You guys are just that damn good. I mean, okay, maybe luck played a little part of it, but you were able to get through even though you were 16th in the queue. But after that, it was all talent, guys. I'm telling you, it was all talent. Now, I have to ask about the name, and I'm sure you get that question all the time, but where does the name Trout Stake Revival come from? And is there any real story behind it, or did it just kind of come out and go, hey, that's pretty good?
There's always kind of like the long version of the short version of this story, but the short version is that it was a catchphrase from a weekend backpacking trip.
Oh.
And yeah, it was up in Eagle County in Colorado, and we brought our fly rods, and we didn't bring a whole lot of food, and it rained for a few days. And we ended up sitting in our tents quite a bit of the time. We had this rented mandolin that got pretty humidified that weekend. And anyway, the phrase for the weekend just became, if someone was going to go out fishing, we'd yell at them, hey, go get me a trout steak. And it was just kind of a silly phrase. And, nothing happens without a deadline. So it just so happened that the next weekend we needed to have a band name because we were playing up at the Bucksnort Saloon. And Galena needed a band name to write us up in the paper. And So that's what we chose, and it's a pretty silly band name, but we just keep being a band.
You know, it may be a pretty silly band name, but I could tell you from my own experience, I mean, I literally get, stacks of CDs on a weekly basis that they give me to listen to and review and whatnot, to make sure there's no FCC stuff before it gets into the library. And of that stack, Trout Stake Revival just stuck out, and I gotta listen. This is a cool name. I gotta listen to that.
Yeah.
So that week's stack, you guys were the first one because I was so intrigued by the name. I was like, I gotta hear what this is all about. So it may be silly, but it works for you. No one forgets the name once they hear it. How about give us another song before I chat you all to death?
Sure. This song is one called Go On, and it's on our new album, Brighter Every Day. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go on, walk the street right out the door and
Go on, I don't love you anymore. Go on,
it's time I know for sure.
go on, go on, go on.
My mama told me, child, now you better dream right. She had no idea that you'd be the one in time. You've taken me for granted, you've treated me unkind. Put on your shoes and pack your bags and leave me behind.
Go on,
Walk the street right out the door and
go on, I don't love you anymore. Go on,
this time I knew for sure.
go on, go on, go on.
My daddy told me, honey, now don't let it make you sad. You're the best thing that boy done ever had. But I had no idea that loving you was this bad. I raised my hands, put up the flag, I'm through.
Go on, walk the street right out the door and go on. I don't love you anymore. Go on,
This time I know for sure.
go on, go on, go on.
Sister told me, girl, you could do better if you tried. My brother told me, darling, don't you listen to his lies. But oh, I was blinded, I gave it one more try. I'm sick and tired of trying, it's time to get right.
Go on, walk the street right out the door and go on. I don't love you anymore. Go on,
This time I know for sure.
go on, go on, go on. Go on, go on, go on. Go on, go on.
Trout Stake Revival live in the sunlit room. If you're just tuning in, fantastic stuff, man. Thank you so very much. The show is tonight, April 30th at the Nectar Lounge in Seattle. Doors at 8 o'clock. Show starts at 9. And any of you that have to go to Eastern Washington this weekend, maybe you got a business trip or maybe it's a graduation or something going on, you're in luck. You'll have something to do if you're in Spokane on a Friday night, because these guys are going to be playing the Bartlett in Spokane tomorrow night as well. The CD, of course, will be available for sale at the show. If you can't make it to the show, the website is troutstake.com. And you'll also be able to get updated on all of the upcoming tour dates. I know there's a lot on there. And I know you're going to be back in the Northwest at least once this summer playing a festival down in Oregon.
Yeah.
The String Summit, is
The
that the one you're going to be
Northwest
at?
String Summit, yeah. one put on by Yonder Mountain String Band.
Yeah, that's a fantastic festival from everything I've heard. So that should be great, and you can get all the information again at troutstake.com. Now, how did you guys come together to form the band? Where'd you all meet?
Well, so this is Travis speaking. I've known Will, the guitar player, since we were like 11 years old, something like that. We were campers at the same summer camp back in Nuevo, Michigan. We're both from Michigan. And, we were in water ski camp, just hanging out. And then we grew up and worked at that camp as counselors, where we met Casey, the bass player, that he was a counselor there as well. And so we kind of started off, a lot of campfire, like sing-alongs and Neil Young covers late at night and stuff like that. And then, Casey and Steve met each other at the University of Minnesota. And then kind of everybody migrated to Colorado, started playing music together, which is where we met Bevan out on the bluegrass scene, which is just kind of happening out in the Front Range of Colorado, which we're lucky to be a part of.
That's cool. So how long have you actually been identifying yourself as a group?
6 years?
6
years
now? Yeah.
Well, time flies when you're good at what you do. Huh?
Well, we weren't always talented at playing music.
That's all right. You are now, and that's what matters to us. Now, I was wondering if you guys could take me a little bit through what the songwriting process is, because there are 5 of you, and you're all very talented. So, what's the songwriting process? Does one of you usually start the songs, or do you all come in with ideas?
It's interesting. We are very lucky. I'm very lucky to be in a band with 5 really talented songwriters and 5 really talented singers and 5 really talented instrumentalists. And so we try to harness all that in the songwriting process. That somebody will usually kind of come with like a nugget, maybe lyrics and chords, but everybody contributes about, if something is just like rubbing them the wrong way, or something just isn't really hitting, or like needs an intro or an outro, or we kind of collaborate a lot on the process of the song, and just what comes out in the end is always better than the thing that we bring to the group to begin with. And so
and that's the way it should be. So it's good it works out that way. How about the recording process? Do you guys all get in one room and kind of record live, or do you do your parts separately with all the modern technology and tracking available? How do you guys go about recording the CDs?
Our first 2 albums were done very much all just kind of in a circle, with a bunch of microphones on everybody, and very live. With just a few overdubs for backup vocals and things. And then our last album was performed live, but we were all separated in different rooms, which makes the recording stand out a little clearer.
Yeah, there's no bleed through, so if there's a mistake in one spot, it's a lot easier to fix.
Yeah,
That too.
So, do you enjoy the recording process, or for you guys is it just something you have to do to get the music out there so you can get out there and play?
I personally love it.
Do you?
Yeah,
Cool.
and I think it was probably the most enjoyable experience that we've had to date, this last one.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good.
It's completely exhausting, but it's awesome.
yeah.
We were really lucky to work with some talented people. The studio was amazing, and then we had Chris Pandolfi, who plays banjo with the infamous String Dusters. He helped
I love that band.
us. Yeah, we do too, which is why we were really lucky when we asked him if he would be willing to produce and help us record the album. And he said yes. So he helped with some of the song arrangement, helping us figure out what was great and what wasn't, and he was in the studio with us the whole time, kind of steering the project in the right direction, which is really awesome.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, he's a pretty well-known musician and super talented. And
Yeah.
String Dutchers are a great band. As a group, was there ever a situation in the recording studio where he wanted you to do something that as a group you were like, that's not what we want to do? Were you able to work those issues out, or did everything just go really smoothly?
Yeah, I think we were really lucky in that regard too. That working with Chris, he's just a really normal guy. I mean, he likes hiking and fishing, and I felt like we had a really good rapport going into the session, that he kind of understood what we were going for and everything that we wanted. And I think the thing that we took a lot from that he really loves is that it's all in service of the song. You know, it's whatever you can do to make the song the best that the song can be. And one of the reasons that he said that he wanted to work with us because he liked our songs, so he just wanted to help those come out, which was really nice.
Did you find it helpful in this instance, after making 2 records pretty much on your own, to have another set of ears, so to speak, to bounce ideas off? Was it helpful? And do you think you learned something that'll help you the next time you go to make a record?
Yeah, we have all kinds of little nuggets of of the process that Chris brought to us, that I find all of us kind of like utilizing those ideas now when we, because we're bringing new material to the group now, and we're kind of using some of the things that we learned. It's like we went to school. It's like we graduated from the Chris Pandolfi School of Production. Yeah.
Now, when you're in that recording environment, do you ever learn anything during the recording process that actually helps with the live show later on?
Sure.
Or are they two completely separate units?
Yeah, I think, one thing that Steve was talking about that I think we learned, and we're always continually learning, especially with songwriting, is it's like giving feedback in a really kind and constructive way, and also being able to receive that, and knowing that this is all just for the art, this is just for the songs, and to not be personally hurt, and that we're all just trying to do the same thing. That kind of the way of thinking about the craft like that was a lot of the stuff that we took from Chris, just how to talk about that and how to listen in those different ways. And I think that's helped us out in a lot of different ways.
When you're playing the live show, because I assume you always at least throw a couple of either covers or traditional style tunes in amongst all your own. How do you guys come together to decide which covers or traditionals you're going to put into a set? Is it just there are just certain songs that all 5 of you love, and they're like, okay, that's going in?
Sometimes one person will bring one to the table that they feel really good about, or they could sing passionately. Because with covers, you have to be able to really sing it like it's your own song to make it effective.
Sure.
Or we'll bring ones to the table that we perform a couple times and we're like, that was not the best idea. Or, they kind of weed themselves out,
Sure.
or they definitely sync a hook in a place, they just stick there.
Now, you guys have been doing this for a little while now, about 6 years between recording and being on the road. Do you ever get requests from fans that surprise you?
You mean like song requests, or?
Well, it's a family show, so we'll stick with that, and then off air we can talk about the others.
Oh man,
that was awesome.
Sometimes people will request tunes from our first record that we're just, it'll come out of the blue. It's like, hey, we haven't played that song in 4 years or something like that.
Is there ever a moment of terror when you make this, okay, we're going to play this, and then you realize you haven't played it in so long? Do we actually remember this?
Very frequently.
That's a lot. Oh, that's awesome. Well, I have enjoyed talking with you guys so much, but we are running out of time. I know you guys got to get to Seattle for your load in and all that. Can we get one more song out of you before we say goodbye?
Sure.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and we just want to say thanks to you, Ron, for having us in here. This has been a real pleasure.
It's been my pleasure. I've enjoyed this very, very much.
All right, well, this next one is off of the new record, Brighter Every Day, and this song's called Brighter Every Day. There are some times
sun is shining bright every day. The sun is shining bright every day.
There you have it, folks. Trout Stake Revival with the title track to their latest CD, Brighter Every Day. Catch them tonight at the Nectar Lounge in Seattle or tomorrow at the Bartlett in Spokane. If you can't make either of those shows, be sure and go to the website troutstake.com to get filled in on how you can get those CDs and where you might be able to catch them playing throughout the summer as they tour these great United States. I got one more question before I let you guys get out of here, and I need to know, I'm a big fan of this group. Is there a plan in place for the day when Will leaves to fulfill his dream of being in a synthesizer-based dance band? I just wanted to prove that I actually read your bios.
I
Is
guess the
there a
answer is
plan?
no. There is no plan.
No
so
plan
we better
in
start
place.
thinking about that.
Need a contingency plan.
That's right, because you never know when that Depeche Mode cover band may have an opening and then he'll be gone.
It's coming.
That's right. Trout Stake goes electric.
That's fantastic. Well, guys, thank you again for making the time for us. Any final thoughts that you'd like the listeners to know? Did we cover everything that needed to be covered?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right.
We just wanted to say a big thank you to KSER.
Well, we are thrilled that you made the time to come and visit us, and we hope you enjoyed yourself, and we hope you'll consider coming back and seeing us the next time that you come through town. I promise you, we will be playing songs from Brighter Every Day all summer long. So
Thank you.
very much.
Thank you, Ron.
All right, that's going to do it with Trout Stake Revival. Thank you all for tuning in.